2027 is fast approaching, with every political party trying so hard to see that they clinch their own tickets and as well as win the election. And this is why on Political Actors today, we have a professor, social sciences at the National Open University of Nigeria, Naun, Professor Kamal Bello, to discuss some vital information which Nigerians might want to know and voters' education too as we proceed. Prof, you're welcome. And then today his work touches on political economy, national development planning, governance structures, and societal mindset reforms. So let's quickly dive into governance and systemic reform. You have argued in the past that Nigerians' primary struggle isn't just leadership mindset issue in a climate where regional groups are actively pushing for fiscal federalism. Why do you believe behavioral changing must come before structural restructuring?
Thank you very much. When we talk of structural restructuring, from Nigerian political history, in the First Republic, when the colonialists want to hand over to us, they gave us what we call the parliamentary system of government, whereby there is a separation between the president and the head of state. The prime minister is the head of state, while the president is the leader of the country. This arrangement failed in 1966. Within 6 years, we couldn't manage it because of that separation of power between the prime minister and the president. There's head of government, which is the prime minister, and the head of the state, which is the president. So the power was separated in the parliamentary system of government. So there's a clash between the then prime minister, late Tafawa Balewa, and the president, late Nnamdi Asokwe. The 1964 election crisis, and so on and so forth. And this led to the coup in 1966. After the coup of 1966, there's a counter coup again in 1967. And then before we know it, it led to civil war. After the civil war, we are about to go back again to civilian regime by 1979. The country now sat down that parliamentary system had failed us. We should go for presidential system, whereby the position of head of state and head of government will be in what we call executive president. We started in 1979. By 1983, it failed again. Military took over because we cannot manage it. So that is why I said, what we need is not the structure. What we need is the behavioral, what we call, in most cases, best practices. What are we to do as a leader? What are we not to do as a leader? Because this structure, we have moved from parliamentary to military to presidential to military. We are now in the presidential again. And some people are calling for restructuring. And when you ask them, why? One of the points they will mention is that presidential is not working. Let's go back to the parliamentary. And we have tried this parliamentary before. Why do we need to be moving forward and backwards, forth and back every time when we're supposed to be moving forward? We have applied parliamentary before. We have applied regions before. We said in 1960, regional agitation became prominent. We got one in 1963. That's what we call the Midwestern region, which made the regions in Nigeria to be four: the West, the East, the North, and Midwest. We had four. Before Gowon came as head of state, he now split these four regions into 12 states. So people are agitating again that restructuring. We have done it. From 3 regions to 4 regions, from 4 regions to 12 states, from 12 states to what was it called, 17 or so states. From there again, we became 30. From 30, we became 36. So and we're still calling that we need restructuring. So what do we want to restructure again? If it is regional, those who made region to work, they made it to work because of their character. They are selfless leaders. They serve with all their minds. When Sadana, may his soul rest in peace, wanted to create Ahmadu Bello University, he did not take it to Sokoto or Rabat, where he was born. He started in Zaria because of the environment. When Awolowo want to start University of Ife, he did not start University of Ife in Ibadan. He did not start it in Ogun State, Ikene, where he came from. He started it in Ife. Ditto for Nnamdi Azikiwe. When Azikiwe want to put the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, he carried it to Nsukka. He did not carry it to Onitsha, where he was from. So they are selfless leaders. Are we having such leaders? Until we have them. So that those are the things that can work for us, not structural restructuring.
So how can Nigeria grant states greater physical autonomy without compounding governance inefficient at the local government level?
We're back to my theory of saying best practices. Physical autonomy, physical federalism is not new. It's part of federalism. And how does it work? It's the Constitution. Nigerian Constitution of 1979, which we repeated in 1999, had provided for a good physical relation between the levels of government and arms of government. But the practice is not there. How did he do it? He said there's what we call consolidatory account or the federation account. Not it. He said federation. He did not say federal government account. Federation, by description, operational conceptualization of federation consists in Nigerian term of state, of federal, state, and local, where each and every one of them will now draw based on percentage. There's a percentage for the federal, percentage for state, percentage for local government, stated in the Constitution. When there was a reform of local government in 1976, local government autonomy, financial autonomy was there. The military, we send their money to them. Some people who don't even want to work at the federal level because it's far in Lagos. They like to be in their locality at the local government and work, and they made it. So, but later, it started in 2009. We are talking of 76 up to 2003. Allocation of federation account to local government and state were going smoothly. Until 2003, when the governors now said no, the allocation to local government should pass through them, though there's a provision, what we call the state local government joint account. And it's for even sharing of the revenue. Not that when they write an envelope, the envelope is written and sent through the HL, for instance, and say local government federation allocation, seal and send, and say a care of state government. When you now saw the something, they say it's your care. What are you supposed to do? Hand over to the local government. That's what we are talking of, best practices that we don't have. An envelope written in the name of local government through the state government, and you open it and open the check and go and clear it.
And hijack it.
And clear it.
We find out that Nigerian governments find it very difficult to continue with policies because when everybody comes in, he will want to introduce his own. So why do successive Nigerian administrations struggle with policy implementation, and how can we institutionalize national development plans so they survive changes in governments?
You come back to my point again, where I took off from best practices. If there's a policy, for instance, now there's a policy that says, or project, maybe instituted by late Muhammadu Buhari. I want to construct road or reconstruct the road from Kano to Kaduna to Abuja. There's in any government, there's what we call continuity. Where it stops, we should continue from there. We don't have continuity in our policy in Nigeria. Every government that comes want to introduce a new one. And when you are introducing new thing, you are starting from the scratch.
Exactly.
And the one that was awarded before is abandoned.
And that is why we have so many abandoned projects all over the place.
We have abandoned. But everybody wants to start his own project. So it's a problem. And all boils down to basic citizens in the sense that, do I need to start my own? Let me continue because the one that I met is beneficiary to the people. Let us finish it. After finishing that, we can now start my own. And start another one. So as you have said, that's why we have many abandoned projects all over. 4 years, 8 years, may not finish one project. Then you leave office, another person will come, will put it aside, start his own too will not finish.
And I look at it as if some of these governments, especially governors, they use it as a form of trying to impose second term on people, because they will be like, you will see stakeholders rallying voters, please let's give him another chance so that he can finish his own project. Okay,
let me say something on that before we move further. Okay. To me, it's inexperience. And unfortunate for us, it's something for us in Nigeria that we are not using technocrats as a leader, political leader, to advise us that if I continue with this project, will I be popular? If I still start my own, is it going to work? Is this it? So say, it's okay, I did a project for 4 years, I've not completed. I will use that as a campaign for another 4 years. Is this it? It's because we are not exposed enough. Because that 4 years, you may not finish again.
Yeah.
What are you going to campaign? I mean, for somebody who will take over from you.
Exactly.
Sometimes what we needed is what will be beneficial to people. Anything that will be beneficial. If it's a continuation of a previous project.
Because that is the primary reason why you were elected in the first place.
Yes.
To go and serve the people. So if you are doing the projects that will not benefit the people, what is the essence?
That is it.
Okay, so let's dive into electoral dynamics and democratic polity as we now focus on election, administration, citizen participation, and political party ideology. What do you have to say to that?
I've said it separately. That Nigeria, I even wrote a book. I call it Ideological Bankruptcy in the political practice of Nigeria. The genesis, the magnitude, and the consequences. We don't have ideology in our practices. Somebody will just wake up a day as a leader, I want this project to be there. And that's all. I didn't mean that's logical, like we have in the First or Second Republic. We will not be doing all those things. And any activities political that has no ideology is bound to fail. Because ideology is like a compass to a sailor in the sea. It's the compass that directs the sailor. Where do you move your ship? Where the wind will not blow it away. Where the wave will not blow it. So if you don't have ideology in our political practice, we go nowhere. What are the ideas? Is it welfareism? Is it socialism? Is it capitalism we want to practice? Let us know and we'll focus it. But without idea, most of the political party, that's why it's easier for somebody to be in APC today. And because he did not get primaries, he now jump to ADC. ADC did not give him primaries. I mean, he's seen that ADC will not give him tickets. He now go to NDC again. Easy. Because there are no differences in idea.
That's why they call them political prostitutes.
That
right?
is it.
Okay, so from a political science perspective, what will it take to shift Nigerian politics from patronage to ideology?
The concept of patronage, that is what we call the patron-client cluster. In every polity, there must be a patron and there must be a client that will be patronizing, will be massaging the patron. Professor, if I remember the name now, Richard, he wrote a book in Second Republic. He called it prebendalism in the politics of Nigeria, whereby we cannot even demarcate between the official and the private, which is causing problem for us. In the terms of Sadana, as a premier of the northern region. If you use lantern to do government job and he want to do his own job, he will off that lantern. As simple as lantern, he will off it. He will say because he will be accountable for using government thing for his own private thing. At a time in the 70s, 80s, we were not so mature that time, but at least we know that you can't use private car, public official car, outside 3 o'clock, after close of work, you go and park it in the pool. Until the next day, nobody should tamper with that car. But later, we have eroded by using
They have entangled everything and even turned the officials
into
passive.
private. Into private. So we cannot even know is official again or is it private.
Exactly.
Everywhere we go with our official cars, we go to a party with it, we go to marriage, we go to burial with it, which is not ideal. We ride official car over the weekend. It's not that it's against the public service rule.
Well, viewers, it has been a very enlightening conversation with Professor Kamal Bello here, and quite enlightened because when it comes to politics, most of us like always say this is not our thing. We don't get to do that, but this is very very enlightening. There are things that we tend to run away from, but hearing him discuss in depthly, this is actually educating. And so let's go back to voters' apathy, apathy and trust. Despite technological interventions by INEC, such as the Beavers and the IREV, public confidence in election outcomes remains mixed. How can democratic institutions rebuild public trust ahead of future electoral cycles?
Public trust is very, very important in leadership, in politics. And most of the military takeover, not only in Nigeria, all over Africa, and even the world, is because people are tired of the people running the democracy because of their corruption, because of non-delivery of democracy, different dividends. So people are tired. So the same thing about voting. People are tired. That we voted, we did not take any changes in our life. Now we are thinking that, this party A, this party B, this party C. People will be asking questions. What's the difference between this party A and B? What's the difference between their presidential candidates? We couldn't see. So people will say, it's better I sit and not waste my time and vote. So you cannot blame the people. They are not sensitized because they have not been seeing program. They have not been seeing changes in their life. Until this is done. Before, in the First and Second Republic, we read that people use their money to contribute for campaigns. But today, nobody will contribute unless you collect before you go.
So what do you think needs to be done to win back the trust, the public trust?
To deliver what we call dividends of democracy so that people have confidence. It's irritating that our schools are not functioning. I'm sorry to digress. The federal government promised the academic staff of university what we call kata, 40% increase of their salaries since January. They didn't pay. Until May, they pay arrear. By June, they did not pay again. So this is making people to be weak. Even the classroom is an opportunity to mobilize students and their parents. Because then we go back home to see their peers, to see their parents, and be telling that, this is what our lecturer told us about the system of Nigeria. That is always a palatable thing, and so on and so forth. But if it's negative, the same thing. It's the people that will sell you. You can't sell yourself by your attitude, by someone's attitude. It is irritating. In those days, if you even get opportunity to get resources from the public arena, you keep the money, you keep the wealth. Even if you build houses or buy car, you save them. You not like people to see you because they will say, where are you getting the money from? Is it not this work you are doing as a public servant? But today, a governor will tell you, my child graduated from Harvard University. I go there to celebrate.
They even
and
flaunt
put
it in
and
your
flaunt it.
faces.
Hey,
What will you do?
hey, and put it everywhere that my
Yeah.
child has graduated. And then the question, or even some governors, sorry to say, they will be proud to say part of the achievement. I've sent so number of students to India. I've sent so number of students to Pakistan. I've sent so number to Tel Aviv. Universities in Nigeria, state universities, we are not pumping money there. We are not carrying the money to sponsor people outside. It doesn't. That's why we say they are not having what we call think tank to be advising that what we are doing is not the best. This money you are spending to send somebody to India can build this state university.
Exactly.
We said our medical schools are not containing students because they don't have equipment, and we now send people to overs to go and read medicine. When we can carry that money and develop our own to standard, then let's come to the issue of salary. I cannot blame governors that say one of our achievements is salary
Paying
payment.
salary.
Why do I say that? When there are governors that are not paying. So that would be an achievement. Because there are governors that are not paying.
At least their workers will be happy with them. They are
So
getting their
as an
salary.
achievement, in comparison with those who are not paying, that's why they said one-eyed man is the king in a city of blind people.
Blind people, exactly.
One blind man is not even good enough because he's inferior, where there are two-eyed people. But because he's in the midst of blind people,
People.
he will now say, no,
At
I'm
least
best.
he can see.
He can
what
see
they
with
cannot
one,
see.
so I'm better than everybody.
Well,
So
that
pay
is-
salary, we will be proud that I paid because others are not paying.
That is interesting. So 2027 is fast around the corner, and everywhere you turn is campaigns. Everyone is looking for. It's just like, sorry for my words. It's just like rats looking for which hole to enter. So, but is Nigeria effectively operating as a dominant single party state under current coalition dynamics, or is the opposition simply failing to present a viable counter narrative?
The problem with us in Nigeria that most of our politicians do not understand is that Nigeria is a multi-party state. No matter how you strangle them, they will still shout to have freedom in other parties. Is it APM that Bala is going in Bauchi, a party that nobody knows?
News.
Is it what is the party that this man Sheyi in Oyo is going? See another one in Oshu, Accord Party. So to show that you can't strangle Nigerians
They
into
always want to have freedom.
into a one-party system. The better our people know, our leaders know, the good for us. The earlier they know, the better for us. So that they will not waste our resources and time on all those things that I want a one-party system and so on and so forth. At least for the 2027 election, we have seen about 4 or 5 parties now that they were not even there before. Where was ADC in 2003? No, nowhere. Where is NDC? Nowhere. Where was Accord Party? Nowhere. Where is ADM or so? Is nowhere. The one in Oyo, I think it's the same thing with Bauchi. Nowhere. So what we are trying to say is that the strangling of political space is not good for democracy. Democracy calls for competition. We should have people to compete. With the way things are going, INEC nominated or appointed by the president, the sitting president, what is it called? Judiciary is also appointed by the sitting president, and so on and so forth. The military is the commander of the chief of the ministry of the military, is also in control of the police, is appointed, IGP is appointed. So all those are showing that if it is only one vote, the incumbent is likely to win.
Okay, with the rising living costs and public debt, what structural public policy interventions should government prioritize to protect vulnerable citizens without distorting the microeconomy?
It's only one thing, and that's my theory. Best practices. We have resources in this country, but the way people are corrupting the system, the way they are embezzling the resources, a governor, even a minister, even a local government chairman, if you are there, the salary they are giving you is robust. Allowances are there. Then the money for the masses, for projects, for school, for roads, you still go there again and be tampering with it. There's something wrong with us. I remember one EFCC chairman, that lady Farida, he said there's need to take every political aspirant to a psychiatric hospital to test
The way they loot.
before the way they loot.
Yeah. Look at the recent Malami's assets.
Yeah, you know, even the Malami own, are you getting it? It's known. Are you getting it? They started with Ngige. That, oh, Ngige did this, Ngige did that. And some other people that I cannot remember now. But immediately those people change
Political
party. Everything died down.
So,
Even this Malami, it's as if they are showing us a kind of creating a content
yeah,
to just keep us busy. That, oh, Malami stopped this, shop this, Malami embezzled this, Malami did this, and so on and so forth. If Malami by tomorrow change from ADC and come to APC, that's the end of that case.
It again, just like the Yahya Bello.
That Yahya Bello, that's what the people I want to mention. Like Yahya Bello, almost all of them have cases in court. Even Akwabi has.
So do you think that's the same thing that's the same tactics they are using on El-Rufai too?
The same thing in El-Rufai. I'm sorry to use that word. That I don't mean he says, okay, I'm giving up this, I'm going to
I'm
this.
still going to remain in APC.
In APC, nobody will trouble him much. Then secondly, most of the cases of corruption in Nigeria, most of our cases, it takes a long time. Sometimes 10 years we have not ended a case.
Yes.
And the regime of somebody is 8 years. He has even left office. And you are still, your case is there. And they will tell you that the law in Nigeria is that you are not guilty until you are proved to be guilty. Everything is an allegation. You are alleged, but there's no proof yet. So you can continue your life. So if we can change that, poverty will reduce drastically.
Yes.
We have enough resources to go around. Anytime they are talking again, oh, this killing here, terrorist there, they will not tell us that it's because of our resources, our mineral resources, that somebody want to cut away. Look at that language. You give license to an individual to cut away our resources. The money that's supposed to be pulled into the federation account and be used for the benefit of everybody, individual got the license. And then they are mining.
Yeah.
They are mining 24/7.
Yes, they are doing it.
And they said the resources for mining is even more than the petroleum.
Wow.
So if you don't have that best practices.
Because definitely we have resources that we don't even have to focus on petroleum.
You not even ask us to be in poverty.
Yeah.
No, it's not my case. I nearly cried the other time when they said the chief of the Minister of Defense and we have increased the last salary of a soldier from 47,000 to 100,000, and we are clapping. Then what is even 100,000 in this economy? For somebody who decided to live his life.
That is why the youths today are not motivated to go into the army like before.
They are not even motivated to go into anything.
Yes.
Other than fraud.
Well, this conversation is taking a very, very interesting tone, but at the same time, we have to also look at time. But before we round up this interview, we want to hear your take on the cost of governance. There is a continuous outcry over the bloated cost of running Nigeria's presidential democracy. What practical political framework can cut government expenditure without stalling public service delivery?
You know, back to my point of best practices. By the time you shout now that the National Assembly from two, what we call assembly, dual to single, bicameral to unicameral, Senate, then you have House of Representatives. They will tell you that this is my salary. The, what is it called, is close here. Revenue mobilization and physical commission is close here. If you ask them now, ask the chairman, he will tell you that this is salary of a senator, this is salary of a president, this is salary of minister, which is no. But the problem we have is, again, duplications of payment. Duplication in the sense that this is what they are to take. They will woke up one day. Obasanjo did what we call monetization. whereby there will be no official car, no official houses again,
mm.
no official driver, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
But go to them in the National Assembly. Immediately assume office like this. All these things have been imbibed in their salary and allowances. They will now say they bought Jeep of 100 and something
Exactly.
for members. They bought another set of car for chairmen of committees. I was on a program recently when they were talking about Adio committee to investigate the performance of schools when there's insecurity in the school, of UBEG, of NELFund, of TEDFund, and in the National Assembly, House of Rep, House of Senate, they have standing committee to do that. And you're still bringing another Adio committee to investigate. Those are the where money is going. It's not their normal salary. And then when they go for all these oversight functions, the same thing. They will be expecting the organization to fund them, to come, to put them in hotel, and to transport them back. And these are there already.
So
in
who
the
should
assembly.
regulate that? Which parastatal is responsible for regulating that, if at all something needs to be done?
Regulation in Nigeria, I'm sorry, is just on paper. It's what we were saying that who will monitor the monitor. You create a monitor. It's supposed to monitor a class. You now put another person to be monitoring that monitor. Then the monitor you say you should be monitoring the monitor. Who will monitor him to?
Nobody.
So what will make us better is all of us to sit down as elites. Political, religious, economic, academic. That is high time that this country may collapse on us. If you continue in this abnormal way of corruption. We took too much from the government and nothing again is left. So best practices, individuals to change, to have a rebirth, that have gotten enough. Do you know in Nigeria today, somebody may be giving 5 million every month as salary, and they ask him to give 50,000 to somebody, he will still cut it there.
Exactly. Exactly. That's just it.
So how do we monitor?
Recently, I don't know if you have seen it, there's this outcry on social media, on Facebook to be precise, about AIDS that will be giving 1 million naira to give to people, and then they will keep 900,000 and share 100,000 to the people. So it is normal. That is our thing.
It's as worse as that.
Yes.
So there's no agency that can monitor that.
It is
I'm
quite
sorry.
unfortunate.
EFCC created, SCPC. We know some boys who graduated from the university. Within 3 years, they become rich because they are working in the EFCC.
Exactly.
What is us?
Exactly.
We know their salary. So the person that says you should monitor too, who will be monitoring him?
Monitoring him, exactly.
Except he has his conscience and be able to do the right thing. Thank you very much.
We hope that things will get better, maybe with the right people in the right places when they decide to work. And so, viewers, I would like to thank Prof here for giving us a very in-depth analysis on Nigerian politics, policies, and whatever. So, Prof, thank you very much for coming.
My pleasure.
And I believe when we call on you again, because this will soon become your home, we will always bring you here to come and say one or two things for us. Thank you very much. It's an honor.
It's part of a lecturer's work, at least at professional level, to teach, research, and do community service.
Okay.
This is part of community service that I'm rendering.
Thank you very much. Viewers, I will be very, very interesting to you and enlightening. And as you get ready to vote for your candidates, I pray that you will vote wisely so that we will have a better Nigeria. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media handles. My name is Rashida Yahya, and I'm saying keep engaged with us for yet another interesting episode. Bye for now.